I got into my car and pulled away, leaving Molly sitting there behind me. She was probably overwhelmed, confused, anxious, her mind spinning with questions about what had just unfolded. I knew it wasn't easy for her to take in, but I couldn't stay any longer. The truth I'd uncovered was a weight I could no longer carry beside her. Tonight wasn't about confronting her or untangling the chaos. It was about taking the first real step toward rebuilding my life, one that no longer included her. As I drove, the cool night breeze drifted through the window, and the steady hum of the engine became a quiet soundtrack to my thoughts. I needed to find some fragment of peace, some way to begin healing from a wreckage. When I pulled up to Gabriel's place, the soft, inviting glow of his porch light gave me a faint sense of calm. The comforting scent of freshly baked lasagna floated through the air, reminding me of the warmth and safety that Gabriel and Rose always brought into their home. They welcomed me with open smiles, their faces brightening as I stepped out of the car, though I caught the flicker concern in their eyes as they took my expression. Gabriel clapped a firm hand on my shoulder, his familiar hearty tone carrying an undertone of worry. "Good to see you, Mason. Come on and make yourself at home," he said warmly. Rose came forward with her gentle smile, her kindness instantly disarming. Her eyes told me she already sensed this wasn't a casual visit. "You look like you've had a hard few days," she said softly. "Come in, sit down. Let's get you something to eat." Their sincerity was so effortless, so human, that for a moment it almost made me forget what had just happened. I followed him inside, trying to show thoughts of Molly and the betrayal into the background, if only for a little while. Over dinner, I tried to keep things light. We talked about work, and I steered the conversation toward my interest in joining Gabriel's team, asking about what was like working with him, his goals for future, and where I might fit in. But as the evening stretched on, it grew harder to keep up the act. The emotions I've been holding back started to push through, and Rose, ever perceptive, noticed immediately. She leaned forward, her voice low and reassuring. "Mason, you don't have to talk if you're not ready, but if you need to, we're here." I hesitated for a long moment, the truth pressing down on me like a storm waiting to break. I'd been carrying alone for weeks, maybe longer, and I knew it couldn't stay bottled up anymore. With a heavy sigh, I set my fork down, the quiet clink against the plate cutting through the air. "It's Molly," I finally said, the words escaping like a confession. "She's been unfaithful. Not once, multiple times." Gabriel froze, his fork mad, eyes widening in disbelief before his expression turned somber. "Mason, I'm so sorry," he murmured. "That's terrible." Rose reached across the table, her hand resting on mine, her gaze filled with compassion. "I can't imagine how much that hurts," she said gently. I swallowed my throat tight. "It's worse than that," I managed. "It wasn't just anyone. It was Brad, my boss, and a few of his friends, even his son. I have proof. But seeing it, knowing it, it's unbearable." Gabriel's expression hardened instantly at the name. "Brad, I can't believe he'd stoop that low." Rose's eyes softened further. "Do you have anyone else you can talk to, Mason? Anyone outside of us?" I shook my head, the sense of isolation deepening with every word. "No, not really. That's part of why I came here. I needed someone who might understand." Gabriel's tone was steady, filled with conviction. "You've got a place on my team, Mason. We'll get everything arranged when you're ready." Rose nodded. "And if you need to talk, whether it's a counselor or just a friend, I can help you find someone. You're not alone." Their compassion felt like a lifeline, something I hadn't realized how desperately I needed until that moment. For the first time in days, I felt the faintest sense of relief. As the night went on, we discussed practical things. Plans for the job, how to manage the fallout from a marriage. The pain was still there, heavy and raw, but beneath it a fragile thread of hope began to form. For the first time in a long while, I believed I might actually make it through this. When I returned home later, the house was silent. Molly was already in bed, the quiet pressing around me, thick and suffocating. I stood in the living room, staring at the space we'd shared, the home we'd built, and wonder how it had all collapsed so completely. Then I lay down on the futon and stared up at the ceiling, the darkness mirroring the heaviness in my chest. I knew difficult conversations were waiting for me, and I had to be ready. The next morning, I confronted her. I laid the evidence in front of her, and these I asked, my voice cold and steady. Brad wasn't the only one. His son, his friends, people I don't even know. Did they just use you, or did you walk right into it? Her face broke as tears spilled down her cheeks. I don't know how it got this far, she whispered, trembling. It started with Brad and then I couldn't stop. I felt trapped, ashamed. I didn't know how to face you. Trapped. I repeated, my anger breaking through. You weren't forced into this, Molly. You made choices. Every single one betrayed me. Betrayed us. You let it spiral, and now you want to play the victim. She sobbed harder, hiding her face in her hands. I know I ruined everything, Mason. I know I don't deserve forgiveness, but I still love you. I slammed my hand on the table, the sound cracking through the air. Don't you dare say that, I hissed. You don't destroy the person you love. You don't humiliate them, tear apart their trust, and shatter their life. Whatever that was, it wasn't love. You threw that word away the moment you chose Brad. She fell silent, her sobs the only sound between us. After a long, heavy pause, I leaned back, my voice quieter but unyielding. It's over, Molly. There's no fixing this. I'll be filing for divorce. There's nothing left to say. Her head hung low. What do you want me to do? She whispered. You'll pack your things and be gone before the papers arrive. I said firmly. Stay away from me, from this house, from my life. You wanted Brad and his circus. Well, congratulations. You're free to join them. Her shoulders shook as the words hit her. I'll leave tomorrow, she said through tears. I stood unable to look at her any longer. Good. The sooner the better.